Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Lola, and in today's video we have a skincare video. In this video we're going to be talking about a sensitive topic. My friend, she basically gave me this idea. She came to my DM and she's like, oh, she's getting darker, what could be the reason, what could she do, and all this type of thing. And I'm like, girl, you just gave me a YouTube video. This is something I recently also just suffered from. If you watch my vlogs, you would know about this. And if you don't watch my vlogs, why don't you watch my vlogs? Why don't you watch my vlogs? If you see how I looked like, and I'm saying, I think it's been a month actually. I think it's been a month. I obviously know what made me darker. I work on construction, so I'm usually on site, which means I'm always under the sun. I use sunscreen. Don't come for me and say, oh, you advocate for sunscreen. I use sunscreen. Sometimes you also have to take other precautions not to get bitten by the sun. I think I took a picture wearing this same hoodie the day and I finally realized that, oh, I was darker. Or the day I realized I needed to start working against this darkness. I mean, this is a month. I don't think I am anywhere near perfect, but I am glad that my skin is not as dark as it used to be. I was dark. I have 7 reasons why you are getting darker. 7 reasons. Obviously, there might be other reasons, but this is everything I researched and everything I know I have gone through to be able to give this reason. The first thing on my list is the sun. Exposure to the sun, obviously. This had to just be the first thing on the list because it's something I have gone through. Exposure to the sun would make you darker. Exposure to UV rays would make you darker. This is because it causes the overproduction of melanin in your skin. I know you guys have heard of melanin popping. You think, yes, it is good, but overproduction of it is what makes you darker. Also, we should note that when I say exposure to UV rays, another harmful thing that makes people dark, I know people don't talk about it, and this is under my sun thing, but obviously it's not the sun, is, like I said, exposure to UV rays. When I say UV rays, I mean lights, like LED lights, LED lights. I'm actually in front of one. I obviously used sunscreen before this video. So if you are used to making your nails, there's this LED light, they put your hands under. I would always advise my friends, if you are going to be using that, put sunscreen on your hand, because if you're the type of person who is always getting their nails done once in a week, well, your knuckles are going to be dark. That's one thing that also causes dark knuckles. But yeah, exposure to UV rays, it could be from light, it could be from sun, basically. Secondly is the wrong use of skincare products. There are some skincare products that you are not meant to use when you are about to enter sun. There are some skincare that are specifically for the night, not for the morning. It's very good. I have a skincare like that. It's the ordinary chemical peel. It's the red one. I've not made a video on my channel yet. If you use that in the morning and you go under the sun, I bet you are going to get darker. So typically they would advise you to use it in the night. Another skincare like that is retinol. You don't use retinol in the morning and go out. You're going to get darker. To be honest, that's why I always advocate less is more, especially in the morning. You could use whatever you want to use in the night, but you see in the morning, when you know that you're going to go out, when you know that there are different exposures to sun, just keep it simple, keep it plain, keep it simple. Your face wash, moisturizer, toner, serum, sunscreen, importantly, is good. But you using retinol, AHA acids, it's not safe in the morning. Lack of sunscreen. So this is the third thing on my list. I feel like this is 2024 and people still underestimate the purpose of sunscreen in their skincare regimen. I mean, some people are lucky. Some people don't go out as much. Some people are lucky and they'll be like, oh, they go out and they don't use a sunscreen and they're not dark. I won't lie to you. I was in the uni for, I think, 4 years and some months, thanks to ASU and COVID. I never used sunscreen, and I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if I was darker, because now I can't tell if I was darker, but use sunscreen. Lack of sunscreen is obviously something that is making you darker. And when I even say use sunscreen, I hate white casted sunscreens. I don't know if white casted sunscreens make you darker. I mean, I've used some sunscreen that even while using them, you still be dark, even though you don't enter the sun. That's not lie. And I'm not going to call names, but if you guys watch my videos, you obviously know the sunscreen I'm talking. I don't like that sunscreen. But yeah, lack of sunscreen is another reason why you are getting darker. Another thing that can be the reason why you are getting darker is because you have a skin disorder. Skin disorder basically could result to blotches and your skin getting thicker, and obviously your skincare not penetrating and sun basically just eating your skin. And when I say skin disorder, I think I'm talking about eczema. I'm talking about basically any disorder in your skin, basically. Vitamin C deficiency. Another thing that can make you tend to get darker is lack of vitamin A, lack of vitamin E, and lack of vitamin C. And I think vitamin B also. They could result in darkening and roughening of your skin. I'm very big on vitamin C because vitamin C is orange, you guys. Vitamin C, I take it in, and I also use it for my skincare. I also use vitamin E. I mean, there are a lot of vitamin E oils that you could get. Like carrot oil has vitamin C, carrot oil has vitamin E. I use carrot oil actually on my skin. Basically, lack of vitamins is something that's making you darker. The sixth thing on my list is hormonal changes. Pregnancy. I don't know the reason to this, but women suffer during pregnancy, and most people tend to get darker. I mean, we know, I have seen people get darker because they're pregnant. I don't know the science to this. I just feel like because your body is trying to cater for different things. I don't know. I honestly, I tried to make a research on this, but I could not really understand. I was not really paying attention, to it. But pregnancy is one thing that would make you get darker, basically. Hormonal change, it basically would not even be pregnancy. I've seen people get darker during their period. During their period, you just see people look darker or their skin looking rough, basically. Hormonal change is something that makes you darker. And the final thing that I am aware that makes you darker is stress. You guys, stress will make you darker, and it will make you question why you are getting. It doesn't even matter if you're under the sun. It just makes you darker. And I know I wrote something down. I saw this online, and so I'm going to read it. I wrote, although there is no direct link to stress changing your skin color, stress can manifest on the skin as hyperpigmentation. Now, what is hyperpigmentation? Hyperpigmentation is a harmless condition. I said harmless. Hyperpigmentation is a harmless condition in which patches of the skin are darker than the surrounding area. A lot of people struggle with hyperpigmentation, so I don't think this is a new question. Personally, I have hyperpigmentation. I think I have on my leg. I'm very weird. A lot of people have on their face. I used to have on my face 1 year, but I mean, we thank God for God. Back to what I was reading. A hormone called adrenocorticotropic hormone. Let's go back to that. A hormone called adrenocorticotropic hormone. You guys, I hated biology in school. Also known as the ACTH, is produced and secreted by the anterior pituitary gland, often in response to biological stress. So stress is actually something that makes you darker. This hormone triggers melanogenesis, the process of skin pigment production. You guys, that was a whole lot to read. What? That was a whole lot to read. I was not the biggest biology person in school, but basically, I was just trying to say that stress. I've actually gotten darker through stress. Anytime I get darker, it's often either the sun or stress. I have noticed this, and so I made a list of everything that I knew make people darker, and the last on my list obviously was stress because, like I said, there's no direct link to stress changing your skin color. But one thing that is confirmed is that stress causes hyperpigmentation, and hyperpigmentation makes you think you're dark, especially if you have hyperpigmentation in like different places. So yeah. Basically, I've given 7 reasons why you may be getting darker, and now I would like to give like tips on how to not necessarily cure, but like how to brighten up your skin back to like your normal self. The first thing I'll say is avoid exposing yourself to sunlight. Just try to reduce your sun exposure. Try to avoid the sun. Wear a face cap, wear a bucket hat. On site, I also have this hat I wear on site. If you guys watch my blog, you know this. I also have this hat I wear on site that kind of like shades me from the sun. I also kind of carry an umbrella. You guys. The second thing is, it's not rocket science. Apply sunscreen. Apply sunscreen. I apply sunscreen heavily. I won't lie, I don't necessarily reapply anymore, or I do when I remember, or when I just feel like the sun is much, I reapply. But I don't necessarily reapply. I just apply heavily. Now, I'm not saying you should not reapply. Please reapply. Can you do you? I'm not a dermatologist. I wouldn't necessarily know. Another thing is to drink plenty of water and keep yourself hydrated. A lot of people have said this. You guys drink water, drink water, drink water. When you drink water, you're hydrated. The sun is not necessarily shrinking you or like drying you out, as some people would say. So drink water and stay hydrated. Now, this one I saw on the internet when I was making my research on how to prevent getting dark eye. Internet says you should avoid spicy food, salty food, and oily food. I don't know how this works, but like I said, I'm not a dermatologist. Another thing that could help brighten up your skin is taking in your vitamins. So I mean vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin E. You could get this from fruits. You could get this from like the there are drugs for it, there are pills for it. So like just taking your vitamins and be good. And yeah, I don't know if this video was helpful. I hope it was. If you're watching me to this stage, please kindly subscribe, like my video, drop me a comment, share, and all those fun things. I would, however, be making a video on the product that I used when I got darker and how I am what I am now. If you would like to see that, subscribe, turn on the post notification just so you would get an alert when the video comes out. So thank you for watching my video. I hope to see you on my next one. Bye.